Sometimes finding a good movie takes more time than watching it, but fortunately, you're on the Film Mix channel, which is here to save you from that hassle. Subscribe so you don't get lost. Today, I'm excited to present 17 interesting movies you might have missed. Let's get started. Bad Boys Ride or Die, the continuation of the iconic 90s police franchise. The lead roles are once again played by Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Miami police officers Marcus Burnett and Mike Lowry learn from the news that their deceased police captain, Conrad Howard, is being accused of corruption and ties to drug cartels. The heroes refuse to believe it and soon receive a video recording from Howard himself, made before his death, in which he asks them to find his killers and restore his good name. This won't be easy, as the cops themselves are now being hunted, forcing the heroes to go on the run. Murder Party. Jean is a very talented architect. Her new clients are the Jaggers, a family that owns a board game empire. However, when someone murders the head of the family during a party, she has to investigate the incident by playing all their famous games. If you enjoy films like Knives Out, though perhaps not quite as intense, you might want to check out this fairly light detective story. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, a comedy starring Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage. His career is slowly but surely going downhill. He has a mountain of debt and significant problems in his relationship with his daughter. However, the actor holds on to the hope of landing a role in Quentin Tarantino's new film. To make matters more complicated, he is visited by his younger self from the 90s, who berates him for his failed roles in low-quality movies and numerous missed opportunities. After taking a gig at the birthday party of a Mexican billionaire and devoted fan, Cage is approached by the CIA, who inform him that his client is the head of a drug cartel and has kidnapped the daughter of a Mexican presidential candidate. Now Cage must become a real spy and play the greatest role of his life. Manyeo 2. An organization kidnaps a schoolgirl to keep her in a secret laboratory and conduct experiments on her. Sometime later, an emergency occurs, allowing one of the young victims of these brutal experiments to escape. Using her incredible abilities, she saves a local woman from thugs. This leads the girl to find a new family, while the secret organization tries to track her down. Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, a comedy about 50-year-old teacher Nancy Stokes, who, after her husband's death, yearns for warm human connections and a new spark in the bedroom. She is even willing to pay for it, as long as she has someone. Enter her new companion, young, handsome, and ready for any experiment. The main thing is to pay him on time. The Lost City. Loretta Sage is a popular author whose romantic adventure novels are wildly successful. The main character of her books, the handsome Dash, brought to life by cover model Alan, is adored by women everywhere. During a tour to promote her latest bestseller, Loretta is kidnapped by an eccentric billionaire who believes that the treasure of the ancient lost city from her latest book is real and that she can lead him to it. Alan decides that he is just as capable in real life as his character and sets off to rescue Loretta. The odd couple embarks on a wild adventure in the heart of the jungle. Special Delivery. The main character, Inha, works for a delivery service. Her job involves delivering special packages, which aren't always legal. One day, Inha accepts an assignment to pick up a client from Seoul who wants to secretly flee abroad. However, when she arrives, she is met by a little boy asking for help. Inha agrees to help the child and finds herself caught between the police and the mafia, who are both after the key to a bank account hidden with the boy. Prisoner's Daughter, a crime drama starring Kate Beckinsale and Brian Cox. After serving 12 years in prison, the main character, Max, is released on compassionate grounds as he has only a few months left to live. He is determined to use this time to reconnect with his daughter and grandson. However, his violent past won't let him go, and retribution for his past crimes threatens both him and his loved ones. The Old Way. Once again, Nicolas Cage. This time in a Western, he plays Colton Briggs. Once a bounty hunter who made significant mistakes in his life, he now seeks revenge on his wife's killer. His unexpected ally is his 12-year-old daughter, Brooke, and together they set out to conquer the bandit-infested prairies. Briggs must do whatever it takes to protect the most precious thing he has. Menteur. A remake of the Canadian comedy about a pathological liar who one day wakes up in a parallel universe where all his lies have come true. His name is Jerome, and he always lies without batting an eye. He lies constantly and with great flair. Looking people straight in the eye, he will claim to personally know Miss World, to be a karate champion, and even an astronaut. But one day, Jerome wakes up in a world where all his lies have become reality, and everything he made up starts happening to him for real. Summit Fever. A group of young thrill-seekers decides to conquer one of the most dangerous passes in the Alps. Despite the fact that many enthusiasts have lost their lives trying to reach the summit, these two are determined not to back down. However, they haven't yet heard the rumors about an impending snowstorm, and now their extreme journey will turn into a battle against a deadly force of nature. Resurrected, a detective horror thriller that also marks the debut project of director Igor Baranov. In the near future, the Vatican discovers a way to resurrect recently deceased people. The world is divided between opponents of resurrection practices and those who defend the Vatican and the right to a second chance. Among the defenders is Stanley, the father of the first boy resurrected after dying in a car accident. Stanley becomes a minister in a virtual church for the resurrected. After one of his parishioners commits a mass murder, Stanley learns that this is not the first such incident. As the Vatican covers up these crimes, Stanley's own family comes under threat, and he begins his own investigation to uncover a global conspiracy. The consequences threaten to be catastrophic for all of civilization. The Son, set in New York, Peter is navigating his relationship with his new partner Beth and their infant child. The situation becomes complicated when his ex-wife reappears with their teenage son, Nicholas, who is troubled, distant, and angry, having skipped school for months. Peter strives to be a good father, attempting to help his son find moments of family happiness, but the severity of Nicholas's condition puts the family on a dangerous path. Nicht, ganz koscher, a German comedy about the adventures of an American Orthodox Jew in the Sinai Desert. The events of the film take place in Egypt. A local ultra-Orthodox Jewish community has lost one of its members and can no longer perform religious rituals because they are missing one person. An American Jew named Ben travels from Brooklyn to help. He is to be the 10th man for the important Passover ceremony. However, along the way, Ben constantly encounters various obstacles that may prevent him from making it to the ceremony on time. Where the Crawdads sing. For years, the residents of the quiet town of Barkley Cove, hidden deep in the wilderness of North Carolina, have shared legends about the Marsh Girl, a girl named Kaya Clark, who has lived as a recluse since childhood. Her acquaintance with two local young men opens up a new world for her, but when one of them is found dead, she is immediately deemed guilty. The Gray Man. In 2003, the CIA recruits Kurt Gentry, who is serving a sentence for murder. He becomes a so-called Gray Man, a special agent with the codename Sierra 6. 18 years later, after eliminating another target, he discovers that he has just killed the former Sierra 4 and receives a drive containing information that poses a threat to the secret Sierra program. Refusing to hand over the drive to his superiors, 6 becomes a target himself, not only for his former colleagues but also for elite mercenaries, the most dangerous of whom is Lloyd Hansen. Marlowe. A detective thriller starring Liam Neeson. Set in the 1930s, private detective Philip Marlowe from Bay City is lonely and not very successful in business. One day, the beautiful Claire Cavendish approaches him and asks Marlowe to find her former lover. However, this turns out to be just a small part of a much larger mystery that Marlowe has now become entangled in. Well, that's all for today. I hope you found an interesting film for yourself, and if you did, please support this video with a like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.